Hi, hello, and welcome to the retrogression report brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Zablosi. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for the Jupiter ingress into Taurus. So ingress, retrograde, all of those, just it's lunar event, planetary events. So Jupiter moved into Taurus around the 16th of May. Give or take where you are in the world. We're gonna go ahead and begin here. I'm being guided to do this. I was gonna skip it or hold off on some time, and I'm suddenly caught up on my to-do list. I didn't even, it just snuck in there. I mean, there's other things I want to do to get ahead, but I have to, this is a Jesus take the wheel kind of moment, kind of day, kind of week, kind of month, kind of life now, it seems. And I don't know what deck to use. I'm going to use the Rider-Waite just so that if the Hermit and the Hierophant wants to come out, it can do that on its own. I didn't even get the incense going. You see how we're just stumbling. You see how we're just stumbling, befuddled like fools here. I'll say that for myself. I feel great. I mean, I'm not disoriented, but I'm disoriented, meaning I don't know what's going on. But usually when the confusion sets in, I start getting agitated. It's not what's happening right now. Okay, but I'm not going to do messy. Ew. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and get in here? Okay, all right. So Jupiter is Havioso Shango, just for those of you who need to know. And when a planet moves into a new sign, it highlights different areas of our life, you know, the spirit or God or source or whatever moves in seasons. So, you know, the seasons are actually kind of divided, just like the 4 seasons of the year, but there's a time of expansion and contraction and, you know, other language and words that it's not coming through right now. I wanted to get into this channel, and my mind is concerned with setting up the table here. So why don't we go ahead and do that? It has been an honor and a pleasure to serve you all. If anything that is said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. We'll be using the Rider-Waite. Hermit is the significator here, and all the 2s. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is Taurus. We're moving to Taurus. That's not the best sign for Jupiter. Jupiter likes to Tower. So this is just going to be an illumination of what truths are coming out, what's emerging, what some of the findings are, and it's also going to talk about the shadow, which is more the negative areas, or what happens right when it is about to go retrograde. And I don't know when the next retrograde is. Pause for a second. Okay, so the shadow period starts on the 11th of June. And I'm seeing 11s and 22s today. I'm 33s a couple of days ago I was seeing. So I wish I got some tea. So why don't we just go ahead and get in here? I'm feeling the energy. We have the 3 of Wands. So Jupiter is an expansion energy. What it helps you do is ascend towards the heavens once you kind of learn how to be a love ascended being. So, you know, Mercury is kind of acclimating, the moon is kind of incorporating or sensing. Mercury is knowing. And then Venus is about basically becoming a love ascendant being. It's when you use all the lower energies, all the personal planet energies. And now, pardon me just for a second. And now you're kind of acclimated, love ascendant being. Jupiter is when you're a celestially ascended being, is when you're galactic ascended being. It's when you take that energy and don't just become exalted on the earth, you become exalted in the heavens, okay? And I know Venus talks about exaltation because when it's the star card, exalted in Pisces, that's the symbology, but the practice is just because you're ascending towards the heavens doesn't mean you have full wherewithal, doesn't mean you know how to navigate and negotiate. That's Jupiter. Jupiter expands. Jupiter is like, think of it, Jupiter and Saturn do the same thing, except Saturn constricts, Jupiter expands, okay? They're both the law. Jupiter protects, Saturn enforces, okay? So for some reason, we have Venus here on the bottom of the deck, L'Imperatrice, okay? And the strength card. So something is happening where we're finding our strength, courage, wisdom, and we're really having some feminine strength, even if we're male. Our insides, our individuality in terms of creativity, robust nature of relationships, our role in the relationships, the commitment that we're making, and how we engage with them from self-within value. Even standards and boundaries, what we deserve, what we're worth. We're becoming strong in this place, maybe because of some emotional fortitude, maybe because we've overcome some kind of shadow nature, some kind of lower self, some kind of fear, some kind of ego, or we've even stood up to bullies, whether it was in ourselves, facing our own demons, or outside in the world, having just to move forward from something and go through the flack or whatever the difficulty was to get there, to get in it, to get over it, to get through it. This is the strength card. So we have some kind of strength, courage, of wisdom, and it's some kind of emotional fortitude. We're also strong in our creation abilities. And then when you have the Three of Wands and something that we're creating is being called in. So we have foresight, foreshadowing, foretelling, something is on the horizon. Whatever we're working on, whatever we've been planning, it's about to come in. It's going to be a very sturdy manifestation, but it's an earth sign. Taurus. Jupiter doesn't do so well there. So this is going to have something to do with intersecting with Uranus. And you know, when a planet's in shadow, it's like a pre-auditing. So basically it's kind of visiting, kind of checking on things, kind of looking at the paperwork before it does the site visit, the home visit. Ten of Swords, something is over, something is being deaded or emerging to the light, some kind of revelation of some kind. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. So we might be being prepared to receive in some kind of way. We're feeling prepared. Six of Swords, that's directed and guided intelligence in this case, and we're feeling affectionate as well. So we're feeling the love of the divine, or the divine is looking at us like, oh, we're a proper, pristine vessel. And we're feeling affectionate. Okay, Ten of Cups. We're definitely feeling affectionate, feeling connected, feeling contented in some kind of way. Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the Page of Cups, Ten of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. We're being prepared to receive. We're feeling affectionate, connected, contented, and we're feeling ripe and abundant. With this Eight of Wands, things are starting to expand. Whatever our celestial endowment, our spiritual inheritance, whatever we've been working on long term, something's being built. We might be finally receiving some kind of blessing, some kind of legacy. Okay, Four of Swords. It's been on hold, on the back burner, but not in terms of like there's other things going on or things need to be worked out. It's been on the back burner in terms of it's been in a system, a structure, things have been processing. There might have been other things going on before this could have happened. There might have been traumas, dramas, wounding, and now something is being healed. Seven of Cups. Yeah, there was a lot to go through. The Seven of Cups goes along a lot with the Page of Cups. So there was a lot to go through. We might have been feeling overwhelmed. We might have had to get certain things going on or have certain experiences with the Star card. In the next week or so, we're going to learn why we were put on hold, why we were barred, if we were, from things moving forward. There might have been some second guessing, some confusion. And then if we're dealing with external parties, somebody got caught up. They were found guilty. They were brought under some kind of rule, restriction, regulation. We might be finally purging the last remnants of some kind of unknown enemy. They're now a known enemy, I feel. And we have the World card on our side. So yeah, we're completing something, accomplishing something, achieving something, moving on, moving forward, leaving something behind. It's the pivotal moment here is that we learn some kind of lesson. Okay. Hearing that every day is a winding road. I forget who sings that, Sheryl Crow. Dealing with depression. And I'm not feeling like it's exactly emotional depression. Of course, for some of us, it was. This is more about like things were not moving quickly. Things were kind of put on hold, put on stagnate. And I didn't see the hangman, impasse, la-di-da, yada, yada, so that we can learn. It just wasn't time. Things weren't moving. Ooh, it's very active outside today. Things were not moving quickly. I don't know what that was. I just wanted to jiggy. I think things weren't moving quickly. Things weren't moving fast. Things might not have been moving at all. Things might have been delayed, postponed, blocked. Things might have, been put on pause. And we're coming up out of that. We're coming through that. There was also some caca. Mierda. So there was, wow, I'm just hearing a whole line of expletives. So there was some whole shit going on. Deceit, people stomping all over our reputation, avoiding rumors, your reputation. So there was also malignant toxic tumor humans around. And we needed to be on that, be about that. Let me get this other deck. Nadia Anastasia Cosmic Activation cards for the soul called. Ooh. Might have bumped the mic there. Okay, so yeah, new chapter, because the limits are being lifted and removed, and we've had patience up until now, but we needed to act with integrity, and integrity came from having the crap, the phony, the impurities removed from our life, mostly in the forms of people. Okay, so this look of numerology 30 and 11. Remember, I was talking about at the beginning of the video that I was seeing a lot of 11s and 22s today. A couple of days ago, I was seeing a lot of 33s. That's the number of the archangels, strength and connection. Yeah, so I feel like it's to the grace, to the divine grace. We're under some type of protection. We always have been, but now we're sensing, we're feeling, we're seeing. We're also stepping into our light worker abilities, and our intuition is honed. We're definitely coming into our spiritual gifts. Integrity came back, 17, that's the number of the star card, but that's also the number of spirit karma, life path, destiny, the path that we're walking, the story that we're telling, the example that we're following. Okay, it was a timeout. Things were put on hold, and it's because we some of us needed to actually listen to what spirit was telling us, and for the rest of us, it was just about standing in our power, reaching out and grabbing the brass ring. And also there was a little bit of a collective thing. There needed to be a tipping point with humanity. A lot of us needed to learn to let go. People were going to be ripped out of our life, and it's still happening, but we're the group that won't have people ripped away out of our bloody fingernails because we won't be holding on that tightly. Okay, so la-di-da, yada, yada, let's move on. We got one more deck. It's telling me I'm just, ooh, this energy. Let me ground down a little bit. I don't want more time, so I'll turn the flame all the way up here. I think that goes too slow. I want to be short on time. We're finally pushing ahead with the schedule, so I'm gonna be about that. Oh, yes. Ooh. I don't know why with Jupiter, I love Jupiter. I don't have the most prominent Jupiter in my chart like other people, but actually I wouldn't say that because it's my chart ruler. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm so into Saturn, but I guess I do have a strong Jupiter as well. Saturn's in my first house, so I'm all about Saturn, but and I'm a Saturn priestess, but Jupiter does a lot. And it's in the 5th house for me. So when you have your chart ruler in the 5th house, and especially Jupiter, that can be very positive. I do have a late bloomer complex, both with my mind, psyche, ego, also in my chart. So I tend to not look at Jupiter or disregard Jupiter because it slows down fun, it slows down creation, la-di-da, yada, yada. And I just completed my Jupiter return recently. Faith in the process, see. Yeah, and you see how that's red? That almost looks like a prayer mat to me. Be the hunter, not the hunter. Yeah, we did need to invert. We did need to learn. We did need to, I heard shift out of, I was going to say slough off some of our naivete. And what it said was shift out of. We were in a lower gear. And what I mean by lower gear is a lower vibration that was attracting caca in the form of other humans. Also, the 4 comes to the door. Yeah, I'm feeling like we were holding on to people we didn't need to be. Okay. And this is from the other side, bring it into form. So the universe really wanted us to understand our multiple lives, our multiple timelines, or they needed that to reconcile, to integrate. And here's 44. Number 44, this is visions beyond life and death. Yeah, we really needed to tap into our intuition because we were comparing apples to oranges. We were in a place, wow, it came right back. We were in a place, okay, Mama needs a minute. We were in a place we didn't need to be. We had things going on we didn't need to. We were involved in time, energy, effort, attention, people, places, and things, environments, surrounding locations, frequency, energy, vibrations that we didn't need to be. So this is what do you feel? We were comparing apples to oranges because we hadn't learned that things had evolved, the paradigm had shifted, the logic had changed. So we had to really see the light, and in order to see the light, you have to go towards the light. And sometimes you need to be able to leave things behind. Sometimes when you're growing, you don't get to take everything with you where you're going. If you're moving down the street or across town or to the next town over, you can probably take your entire apartment or your entire house with you. But if you're moving out of country, if you're moving to another state, you've got to dump some stuff. You can't take all the sugar, honey, iced tea with you. Yeah, so now we're gathering and receiving. Finally, we're in the flow. Remember I said there's just different multiple layers of life to perceive. And finally, we have it. We're doing it finally. Things weren't coming through right away because of our recollection, recognition. It wasn't there. And we might have been getting whispers from the universe, but also we might not have known how to use our intuition or follow our intuition. And if we were getting inklings or we were starting to be in it, or we were one of those rare empaths who were following intuition, it was time for like a double, a triple, like a quadruple increase. So spiritually, we were driving like a hoopty, and now we're in a with baddie on the road, you know. And it's happening with all of us, like all of the soul tribe, not every human, but like, you know, it's happening a lot. It's a common thing. Unfortunately, we're normally out in front, and yeah, when it comes to healing others, we were, but in terms of healing myself, and that's Jupiter as well, the community or the entirety. Um, what Jupiter does is lifts people out of obscurity. It helps you ascend to the top, become esteemed, exalted, elite. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So, you know, Jupiter is going to go retrograde in September. That's the next time I'm going to visit this. But like I said, this can be post-traumatic stress, but less so. It's more oftentimes passive aggression. So we weren't listening. We weren't getting it. The message was delayed. This was the spirit was trying to get our attention. The message was delayed, and things had to be moved out, cut out like a bad cancer. We finally got the picture. We finally got with the program. Now we get our blessings. Now we have a big, bold, bright future. We might become a famous teacher, famous healer, famous light worker, famous elder. We're definitely going to have our horizons broaden. We're going to be some kind of serene, peaceful, innocent, pure guide in the public eye, whether it's an Instagram platform or something of great fame. And the universe always wanted this for us, but they had to guard us, keep us kind of back a little bit. I'm hearing back. Yeah, they had to pause us on them for a moment, postpone, delay. We weren't listening. I keep getting that we weren't listening. Our intuition was telling us to dump people in our life, to get rid of excess energy, the people, places, and things, environments, surrounding locations, frequency, energy, vibrations that were in our lives, matriculating through our lives were actually manipulative. There was a lot of people, places, things, energy, frequencies, vibrations that didn't need to be around. That needed, and so all the energy was going towards divine protection. It wasn't going towards our future, our destiny, our blessings. But that's all been wrapped up or worked out, or it's about to be, but it's in the hand of that what we already come through, mastered. So yeah. Now I'm just hearing towards September, there's going to be a lot of shifts and changes, because that's when Mercury goes retrograde. So all of this between June and September, there's going to be all this little inklings, this intuition, this la-di-da, yada, yada. We're going to start having a knowing, we're going to start having a sense. And then in September, what'll happen is the things we were warned about are going to start coming due. Okay. And then towards the December 5th, when Mercury stations direct again, all these results are going to come out. So like if we didn't pay the Jupiter bill, essentially, we'll start getting the default notices around the 5th of December. So this is seeking help for destructive behavior. We needed to heed what we were being told. Page Prince of Cups, Prince of Cups. We needed to heed what we were being told by the universe. We were being warned about something in some kind of way. And our intuition was telling us, so we should have done better. Yeah. We should have known better, I feel. But we had our own free will, and then we finally succumbed or submitted or surrendered to divine will. Okay, that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm sensing. So it's been an honor and a pleasure to serve. Go ahead and smash that like button until we meet again, until we meet again. Namaste, Dandabhat, and Ashe. Take good care of yourself. Talk to you soon. Bye.